the Strategic Advisor from National Center for AI, SDAIA. Let's welcome him on stage.
That's great. Have you got the clicker? Hang on. This helps. Hello, everybody. For those of you I haven't had the chance to meet, I'm Steve. As mentioned, I'm the strategic advisor for the National Center of AI in SDAIA. I've had the role for a couple of months. My main focus is running the strategy for the center as well as the operating model for the center. So how do we run process as well as technologies, our sort of supercompute capabilities and what we do. Prior to joining the center, bit of background on me, I was the Global Chief Analytics Officer for HSBC. And prior to that, I was a senior partner at Ernst & Young in charge of data analytics. And then I was the Chief Digital and Chief Data Officer at PwC for the Middle East. And before that, I was the CIO, CTO, CSO of various sort of large Fortune 500, sort of FTSE 100 businesses. So a fair breadth of advising people how to do stuff and actually having to do it as well. So hopefully some interesting insights I can give to you. Before I start, I drove here today. I don't know how many people drove. Some people probably would have got Ubers or Careems or whatever form of transport you have. Anyone who drove probably used Google Maps or Waze to get here. Right? I use Waze over Google Maps. I like Waze. There's more information, there's more data in Waze. It's more real time. It uses the community of Waze to sort of add the information and give you the best routes. And why we use that is it's taking the mapping data, it's taking the data of the condition of the roads, it's working out the best route, and it's helping me act in terms of which way I drive to get there as fast as I can. And that's really where we want to start everything on this. When you look at becoming data-driven, data and AI isn't about data or AI, okay? It's about getting the right insights to the right people at the right time and helping them do something with it. That's why we're here, all right? I've been asked in many conferences about how many data scientists we should hire in different companies. And my answer is normally the other way around. It's, well, actually what you want is 10 business analysts for every one data scientist. Because it's not about having the data scientists, it's about having the way to apply that into the business and understand the problems you're trying to solve and then apply the analytics modeling behind it. Right? We don't want AI. Who here wants to go onto a chatbot and talk to a computer? No, nobody wants to talk to a computer. I mean, sometimes it's cool. I mean, it might be a robot and we'll take a selfie with it and go, look, this is awesome, this is new technology. But we don't want to talk to a computer, we want to talk to a person. The reason we're using AI is to reduce the number of people we've got in the business, so it's a cost-saving exercise, but also to improve the accuracy of the response, to automate the response, and in a way, to make it that we have the best customer service agent on every phone call. Right? As far as we as humans are concerned, we want the AI to be hidden. I want to talk to a chat agent that feels like I'm talking to a human, that can help me and can do things. I don't want it to feel like I'm talking to a computer. So don't tell me that your chatbot is AI driven, because actually I don't want that. That's worse. I want a person, all right, with what we want. So the analytics and the AI is an enabler. It's not what we want to actually focus on. So what I wanted to start with are the sort of foundations of data and analytics. And there are 4 building blocks we can look at when we look at anything to do with data or AI. Okay? And the first of those is data set. Your data, the quality of data. The biggest headache for everybody in the world of analytics, data quality. Or data access, getting it from the person who won't give it to you, okay? Or then getting it from the person who won't give it to you and finding out that there's loads of errors in it and that you can't use it in your model. Okay? We have to get our data set and our data accuracy correct. It is the foundation of everything we do. Okay? The kingdom's change in where data quality has come over the past 7 years, for as long as I've been based in the region, working in the region, is incredible. We're seeing a massive improvement in data quality in all the organizations. We're seeing better data management. We're seeing better data ownership. And a lot of this has also been linked to some of the work that's been done by the National Data Management Office as part of SDAIA, where we've issued the National Data Management Standards. Okay? Now, some of that is things like data privacy standards. Other things are just basic naming conventions and data ownership and management and control standards. Okay? But we're seeing a massive improvement in that at the moment, and it has to be a focus. There's no point hiring a data scientist or anyone in the space until you've got your data fixed. The next one's tool set. Okay? Do you have the tools to do what you want, that you're looking for? The tools have evolved. We've gone from running SQL on your laptop or on your desktop, right, to large data stores using things like data lakes, Cloudera, Hadoop models, big data models. That's evolved to data virtualization, okay, where we can federate data. Hopefully people will know Denodo, who are outside, who are one of the biggest players in this in the market. Data virtualization has evolved into data fabric or data mesh. As I say, the marketing teams love coming up with new words. Okay, so data fabric, again, is how do we connect the data? How do we run things? How do we use semantic layers, ontology layers to bring data together in more clever ways? So there's this huge change in the data management toolset. On the analytics side, we've again gone from people using R and coding in sort of R Studio libraries and some basic Python to self-contained AI platforms like, again, I'm going to shamelessly talk about some of the people outside because I walk around and I know them. The guys at Data IQ, okay? Sort of, it's an AI platform in a box. All right? All the way through to some of the, I'll say that the more open and advanced, the enterprise sort of open source platforms that give you full integration and full control of what you want to run and do. All right? So massive change in tooling. Have you got the right tools to give to the teams? And are they the right tools for your teams? If you want no code, low code, so if you want to give your teams the ability to drag and drop and build artificial intelligence, there are tools for that. If you want to hire the data scientists to build their own models that you can own proprietarily, there are tools for that. Make the choice. Decide where you are on that maturity curve. Skill sets. Again, there's no point in having the tools without the teams knowing what they're doing, having the people. Again, a major issue we've got in the kingdom is the accessibility of talent and the skill set of talent. There are a number of huge programs going on to try and fix this. Okay, so again, in SDAIA, we have the SDAIA Academy that's part of NSI. In the last 2 years, we've trained 22,000 people in data management and artificial intelligence. We've just kicked off Elevate, which is a global program to train 1,000 women in artificial intelligence in conjunction with Google over a 6-month training program, right? And that's going to extend and continue on. But we have to look at training our teams. But when we look at skill set, when we as SDAIA, when we as the Academy look at skill set, we think of it at 3 levels, and you should think about it as 3 levels. There's a universal element, a universal awareness. And that's from kindergarten to year 12, and then your management and executive team. You can position them anywhere from year 12 to kindergarten, depending on how you want to, okay? But how do we make sure people are aware and understand what's possible, what can happen, how does it work, that you can't click your fingers and get things immediately, that we need to understand it. The next layer is your practitioners and training the actual analytics teams and the data management teams and having the right skill set there. And the last one at the top is the experts. Okay? Those are the researchers. They're the people breaking new ground, creating totally new models, building the next version of ChatGPT. Okay, and how we drive those things, and how do we enable that? So think about that in your organizations. How do we have a basic data and AI program for everybody in the company? Data and AI 101. Even the receptionist should know how AI works. All right. I'm looking at deploying a program from next year with SDAIA and our academy that's going to mandate the training in Data and AI 101 for every single government employee. Okay? We're pushing out a global awareness of how this works because people need to understand. Because otherwise, your kids will know more than you do. All right? And the last one is mindset. Okay? And this is really, really critical. Mindset is all about understanding the data. Okay? It's understanding how data works. It's thinking about it. It's knowing what's possible and driving things forward. We have to have the right data mindset in what we look at. So, linked to that is the data value chain, which touches on what I talked about earlier. Okay? There are three things we do with data. We gather, we analyze, and we act. Those are three things. Please do all three. All right? There's no point in analyzing if you're not gathering the right information, and there's no point to either of the first two if you're not doing the last one. When you look at this, data, we go from chaos to order. Take all the information lots of different places, bring it together, sort it, curate it, manage it. Turn that into information. Yay, a Tableau dashboard. Fun-looking spreadsheet. It's information. All right? Information needs to turn into insight. Just because I've got a chart that goes up doesn't tell me whether it's good or bad. I need someone to interpret it, or a computer to interpret it. Okay? I need action. I need to do something about it. I need that to be based on a computer using RPA or automation, or a person to physically hit a button or do something different. And that's where we get value. Okay? What I please say to everybody, okay, and there's something like, here's some buzzwords in the world of data and AI. Don't stop before the value. There are far too many data programs that are all about implementing business intelligence. Basically, building out your dashboards. Welcome to the best way to fail and the greatest waste of money. If you don't deploy your dashboards with a team who change their operating model in how they work with the dashboards, it doesn't work. Okay? Just a quick reminder in analytics. As I said, I was the Chief Analytics Officer for HSBC globally. I don't know who's heard this one before. A man with his head in an oven and feet in the freezer is on average comfortable. Make sense? Right? Hot, cold, middle, medium. Yeah? As a data scientist, I can make any number say whatever I want. I can make it look good, I can make it look bad. You tell me how you want me to make that number look. Okay? Be careful about how you read numbers. All right? Be careful about the type of models you use. Because just because everyone says he's happy, don't worry about him, doesn't mean that's the position we need to think about. And this is a guy called Dennis Turner, who used to be the chief, basically chief statistician at HSBC about 10 years ago. To do it right, we've got to think about two things. You've got to have science, okay? You've got to have the analysts, and you've got to have art. Context. People who understand the business. People who understand what the data will do for them and how to fix it, how to use it, how to implement it. Without the two, you fail. You have to have both together. The business teams working with the analytics teams. Next one on this one, priority areas. We have to look at awareness. Let's make sure everybody is aware of what AI can do. If I ask you what sweet you want to buy, but you've never been into a sweet shop, you're not going to have a clue what to ask for. So present to your teams what AI looks like in other sectors. Show them some cool videos of a robot doing something, or a turtle being recognized as a machine gun by an MIT algorithm that doesn't work. Okay? Look, show them what is there so they can think about it and look at how to apply it. They don't need to know how to code it. They just need to go, oh, actually, I can apply that. I can use that. Application. We need business analysts. We need the right application for the AI, for the tools, okay, the right use cases. We need the talent and the tools, and we need trust. You have to trust the data. Is the data that's going in going to give me the right answer? Second one, can I trust the model? What is the accuracy of the AI model? What is the ethical trust of the model? Is it biased to men or women? Is it biased on salary band? Okay? Trust is based on trusting the data, trusting the accuracy, and trusting the ethics and social responsibility. And we need to test all of those in anything you do. The national AI priorities, okay? Under Vision 2030, under the National Digital Economy Strategy is the National AI Strategy, and inside that, there are four core, there's loads more, there's 280 pages of consulting deck, okay? But these are the sort of synced down versions. We are focusing on human capabilities, hence the Academy. We are focusing on infrastructure and technology. Everyone is fully aware that not being allowed to use cloud is a problem. It's an issue, okay? Not being able to run and use some of the cool AI models and ML code that sits on Amazon or in Google or other places is an issue because we can't use it. So it is a priority. We are looking at it. We're looking at the national government cloud. We're working with the big telcos like SDC and others to have the cloud capabilities. We're looking at how we bring them in. It is being looked at strategically. Okay, so we're not ignoring it. All right. AI ethics and standard, as I mentioned. R&D and innovation. How do we drive the innovation activity? And lastly, finance and investment. Okay. How do we get talent inbound? How do we get startups? How do we invest in new capabilities and tooling? How do we get that integration with PIF and all the activities in the government that we can do to support what needs to happen? In NSI, I'll talk about me and the team for a little bit. We're focused on education. I mentioned the Academy. Okay, we're rolling out our own training programs. There'll be a new portal that anyone can go to in the kingdom and have live online training, a bit like Kaggle, including an IDE training environment where you can do coding. Okay, that's linked to places like Udemy and Coursera and others, as well as unique national courses specific to the kingdom, like on the national data standards and data privacy. We are accrediting university courses. We're working with universities to create new artificial intelligence courses. I was on the call yesterday with Higher University about designing their new Bachelor's of AI course. Okay? They've already got a master's course. So we're working very closely with how we can drive this. We're already working with schools to do kindergarten roadshows. There's all sorts happening. Adoption. How do we get people to start actually using it? What do we need to do in terms of process, tools, frameworks, standards, help? Okay? How do we get that working? Innovation. We need to drive innovation. How do we do it? How do we push it? Within SDAIA and NSI, we are led by the national strategy. We are focused on smart cities. We have a focus on healthcare. We have a focus on energy, sustainability, and environment. Okay? We do look at the other sectors, but those are our main ones we're asked to look at. And our two areas of discipline focus is computer vision. Okay? So everything from two of our pilots right now, we have a live clinical trial for an AI model. This is globally unique, okay? Real-world medical clinical trial for an AI computer vision model to detect breast cancer that we built in the center. We've also got a clinical trial live now. Again, if anyone knows about pharmacology and how hard it is to get a clinical trial and run properly, we've got another clinical trial running on a model to detect diabetes with diabetic retinopathy using retinal scans and using image recognition. Okay? We have, our second one is large language models, okay? Arabic language. We've built a technology that does speech recognition. Okay? So you can talk to something and we can turn speech to text. And text to speech, the other way around. Okay? For Arabic. But we've done it for 22 dialects, including Yemeni, Egyptian, various parts of the Saudi regions. Okay? Those models are going to be publicly available. Okay? We're going to launch them out for different teams to use. We've already connected it to ChatGPT. We have a conference on generative AI next week where we're going to be launching some of that. And what we've done tests and we've proven sometimes double the performance accuracy to the global Google, Amazon, and Microsoft equivalent Arabic translations. Okay? More of that coming from the innovation side. Last one, industrialization. Make it real. There's no point for me in NSI if it doesn't land and become real in the kingdom. Okay? So it's not just about an R&D team writing some papers and patents, it's about making it real. We're driving that. We're pushing it. We're driving it into government, and we're driving it to private sector too. So heavy involvement to make it engage in the private sector. And that's it. And I know I've gone over time, but the time is now. Literally. I've been in the kingdom for 7 years. I've worked in AI and data all my life. The amount of transformation, the speed of transformation we've got is incredible. The tooling we've got is incredible. If I go back 3 years, the type of tooling which we could only get on cloud, you can now get on-prem, and you can get on local cloud and private clouds. Okay? We can do this. This is the most exciting time. Data is the new black. Okay? It's exciting. Get involved. Focus on the priorities, as I talked about, and enjoy the rest of the conference, everybody. Thank you. What's that? Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. This is embarrassing. Brilliant. Great. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy.